It's a long road, chasing down a dream.
Don Harvey is a local staple in the La Crosse music scene. From playing reworked cover songs at happy hours to putting out multiple CDs of original music, Don talks about how we got started and what's coming up next. You can find more conversations at our website, lacrosselocal.com. I'm Amy, and he's Brent, and this is La Crosse Local.
My name is Don B. Harvey. I was actually born in Chincoteague, Virginia, which is off the coast. But I lived most of my life in Winona and La Crosse. How did I get into music? My parents loved music. They didn't play, but somehow or another, being around it all the time and listening to a transistor radio under my pillow at night just made me want to play. And I don't know, I just listened to Neil Young and a lot of Bob Dylan and thought I could probably do that.
You had a family that was into music. You mentioned Bob Dylan and Neil Young. What are some other musical influences that you've kind of utilized throughout your life?
I just have really diverse interests. So I listen to, the Grateful Dead and Crosby, Stills and Nash and Young and the Police. And I don't know, the influences are too wide to even mention, but that's been one of my problems when I write music. Some people have asked me, what style are you? And I don't know. I'm a conglomeration of all this stuff that I've listened to over the years.
So you have multiple CDs of original music, and I believe you have one that you just started recently. What's your process when recording an album?
Right now I'm working with Brett Hoos at Soundstrations. I've done some other records with him. And we talk about it, and I play him the songs, and he gives me some ideas. I tell him what I'm thinking about. We kind of come up with a idea, and I usually just go in and start playing the guitar and do some vocals, and then bring in bass player and drummer and that sort of thing. And then a lot of times I go back and maybe redo the vocals or something like that. I have a lot of friends that I try to incorporate on the CD, and I'd really like to do it as a band all together, but I've never really had that opportunity.
When recording albums, is this a quick process for you, or are you pretty much, you let it ride a year and a half, or do you just jump in there on a weekend?
It is a slow burn. My first one took me, I think, 3 years to finish. And, everybody's schedule and things change. And the band broke up on my first record in the middle of it. So I've been doing them in less and less time. My last one took about a year, and I'm hoping this one will take me less than 6 months, but I can't guarantee that. So it's a process.
So is there any particular song on the newer work you're working on that you're enjoying?
You know how it is. I like them all, and that's why I'm doing the record. There's a couple of really good love songs on there that I don't even know why I wrote. An old guy writing love songs. I ended up finding a wonderful girlfriend from that, so it was worth doing. And I did write a song during this pandemic deal called Maybe, about people kind of on the fringe of society. And that one really has a gut feeling to it. And I really like that.
You not only have your original recordings, but, I've seen you around the area. You've had many shows. You have a vast catalog of covers. Can you tell us how you rework familiar music when you're performing?
I'm glad you said that, because that's really what I like to do. I try to learn the song kind of the way it is originally, and then put my own spin on it. There's certain limitations that you have as an acoustic guitar player when, there's some screaming electric in there and some fiddle and whatever have you. So you got to kind of make it your own. And that's really what my thing is. Actually, we call our music our originals and songs you've heard before like you've never heard them before. So I like to take a song and remake it into my own And we take songs and maybe put 2 or 3 together sometimes. It's just a lot of fun. People recognize the song, and yet it's something different.
Well, you mentioned COVID. Those things have kind of thrown a wrench into everybody's life. What's next for you creatively?
When this happened, I realized, my income is taking a big hit, and we had to cancel like 30 jobs so far. But I thought, what can I do? So I started writing some music, and then decided, well, I've got these songs, and it's just Brett and I in the studio. We could record. So I started recording, even though that costs money, but these songs deserve to be put down. And the worst part is you don't really sell CDs too much anymore. So I've got to learn streaming services, and I've got a steep learning curve ahead of me right now. But yeah, I'm just doing what I can, and I'm playing a lot of outside gigs right now. So they're coming along pretty good. I don't know what's going to happen when the weather changes. That's the next unknown.
If people want to find out more about you, maybe pick up a CD or just find out what's going on, where you're playing next, where should people go?
Well, I have a website, dondharvey.com. You can search me on YouTube, the Don D. Harvey Duo. We have some sample songs on there.
La Crosse Local Podcast is a production of River Travel Media. Do you have an interview idea you would like to share with us? Message us on Facebook at La Crosse Locals. Subscribe to the La Crosse Local Podcast on your favorite podcast app. If you like us, rate us 5 stars. We thank you for it.